Hey everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Draft League Retrospective. Today I'm joined by three friends, all of whom have been on the channel before. We've got Josh,
Hello.
Carlton,
It's me.
Hey.
and Cap. He's here, he's just eating a bag of crisps, so he's muted. But what we've got everyone here for today is a very special episode. We're doing the 6-0 special. We're going to run through a shit ton of games in which people get 6-0'd, people get swept, people get humiliated, people get fucked up. It's going to be great. So
the best games.
Yeah. And to start off with, we've got this game from the monotype draft of me against Joe. And you will notice there is a Reggie Gigas on my team. And that is because I made a mistake about the mechanics of the game. I thought that body press would get around slow start. But
no,
we'll see what happens in reality.
Well, the whole point of this draft was you attempting to use Reggie Gigas and then your path.
Yeah, so he gets up his rocks and body press does fucking 28 because Reggie Gigas is terrible.
28 to a T-tar as well.
Yeah, and so it starts to set up. I just toxic it because, like, what else am I going to do? Because realistically, after I've seen how shit it is, Reggie Gigas is going to be the mon that I sack to this, as I just stupidly tried to substitute.
It didn't even do anything. It at least got a toxic off, but that was pretty much it.
So in comes Lopunny, which is still faster and can kill it. I guess that's something. Yeah, Reggie Gigas kind of contributed. It did the requisite damage because Power Block Punch does something like 90%.
I was really surprised, by the way, that Lenny not sped you here.
It's because it has quick feet.
It's quick feet.
Yeah, it's the Fling Flame Orb. Fling Flame Orb, very cool. And at this point, I just let the Lopunny die because it's burnt. It's not going to do all that much.
I don't know. At this point, you have U-turn on this set?
Nope. I'm kind of starting to shit myself about a Malamar running away with it. So in comes Big Beware, takes 23 with the Fluffy. And now I just start setting up alongside it. He gets rid of my leftovers. I'm going to put this on fast.
This goes on for a while.
Yeah.
What proceeds is just a bunch of superpowering and bulk upping and...
Yeah.
You could have done a body press there and does basically nothing, but out comes the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, it's just boost.
Yeah, so this is my patented Crowbear, which is like a Suicune Crocoon set, but with a Beware. And the Drapion is going to keep boosting up. I'm going to keep boosting up. +1 Z fighting.
So
but
still doesn't do anything. Big Beware. 60.
I guess we should preface this by saying some of these won't be like full 6-0s. Some of they're basically just big sweeps.
Yeah,
some of them
6%.
A lot of them are full 6-0s.
Can we appreciate that Scrafty Drain Punch did 6?
Yes, we can.
I can't believe a Scrafty Drain Punch came out as a foul play.
Fluffy sure is an ability.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I guess like some of that's actually sick though. Joe literally didn't have like a single special attacker.
No, he drafted Mega Houndoom, which he probably should have bought, but he went with a Tyranitar instead because superpower good. And the Mandibuzz is still going to live some hits because it's a Mandibuzz. It's stupid. So I just boost up a bit more and be able to kill it eventually. Hyper fast the rest of it.
Might be watching this and not be aware.
What was that? Was that one? Oh.
And that is Beware.
That's Beware.
That is Beware.
Well done, Beware.
Okay.
Next up.
This game.
Yeah, so this game, Josh, I'm going to let you do the scene setting for it.
Okay, well, To preface this, so I had like a big idea. The whole idea was to essentially Final Gambit, and then the Final Gambit like just kill. Like Final Gambit, 2 mons, kill 2 of his mons. Everything was gonna be good. Everything was gonna go fine. I had like a Perish Song Altaria for the Toxapex. It was like a beautiful setup, beautiful team prep. You can click play.
Right, we'll see how that beautiful prep goes.
Right,
looks like stage 1 of that prep goes quite well.
It does indeed. We see the drop.
It was very good. It was very good. Like that Thunderous was a big threat. Like I really had nothing apart from the Chansey.
The Will-O-Wisp comes out, which, as we've seen, a special. This is still looking good for you. Obviously, the
Toxapex comes in, and then everything goes according to plan. The only thing that could go wrong is that if he was Shed Shell, but he wasn't.
And then out comes the Perish Song, the beautiful Fire Spin Perish Song prep there.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is going well.
So those who don't know, Perish Song sets a timer, so Toxapex now has 3 turns until it just dies straight up. And normally you'd be able to switch out to stop that, but Fire Spin traps you, so...
It's trapped. This is the best way to watch a Toxapex die.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's always very satisfying to see a Toxapex die. That was Joe's first pick in the draft, and quite a lot of animosity from everybody else.
Mm-hmm. And then, there was a lot of animosity coming in. And then
there it is.
Goodbye, Toxapex. Its HP doesn't even go down; it just drops immediately.
And I decided that the best thing to do was to save the Final Gambit, for a better use on something else. Even though I don't know why. Looking back at that, I don't know why I just didn't Final Gambit the Incineroar, because that was the second biggest problem on his team.
Yeah, especially given... Well, we'll see.
I mean,
it's the kind of game that you look back on and you have regrets.
That's the only one turn I regret.
Yeah,
Speaking of regrets.
Here are the regrets.
Me and the boys.
Getting Defiant.
For those of you who don't know, Felix has Defiant. An ability
Josh
that's good against Intimidate.
Josh did not know.
Fun fact: the Intimidate made that Altaria die. The Altaria would have lived 100%.
Wow! And this is that is as Joe calls it, me and the boys with a
yeah.
Well, a beautiful sweep.
Right.
Kind of one you brought upon yourself to a certain degree, though. With
no, 100%. It's funny because if I just clicked Final Gambit at any point in that game, it would have been fine. I think maybe I was thinking that if I Final Gambited the Delmise, then I'd be in a bad situation. But then why would you bring a Delmise out on a bird? I don't know.
But what we will see is that did not satiate the bloodlust of me and the boys.
Me and the boys really wanted to come in.
Me and the boys had a second outing. It was not just one night out on the Lash with the lads, but 2.
It was a 2-day bender for me and the boys. And this game is just absolutely tragic. It's the quarterfinals against Vin, and we're gonna just watch tragedy unfold, really. Does anyone want to say anything else before we start the game, or we just get into it?
I was going to say, it is worth noting this is the quarterfinals. I do think at this point Vin had, to some degree, given up a little bit. I think he did try a little bit.
No. Vin fully prepped this team. I think this team was going to do well. I'm telling you now, this team was going to be good.
I mean, to be honest, it was doing well if, things actually happened.
It was doing well, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, should we get into it?
Yeah.
Obviously, this is the one that Dan has not covered yet on the channel.
For good
there's a reason
reason.
for that. Because out of all the quarterfinals, it was probably the least interesting to talk about.
So, the tragedy begins as the very threatening Thunderous then gives up the disguise on the Mimikyu to hit it. Misses.
It misses.
would have been able to
Sad
just
thing is-
kill the Thunderous.
That
He
was
wouldn't
very
be able to kill
important
it.
because he would have been able to Shadow Sneak it, or like he would have been on full HP. So then he would have been able to have a full Mimikyu. So that's 1. The Toxapex.
The Toxapex. A attempt at a Destiny Bomb there. I am genuinely surprised that Joe goes for the Scald there, as if he was really expecting a switch, because I'm pretty sure with the Destiny Bomb it dies there, does it not?
Well, no, he already clicked Destiny Bomb,
No.
so then he could have.
wait.
No, Mimikyu would have moved first, and then Toxapex would have been fine.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
The
I'm
tragedy
confused.
continues. Thunderbolt
Destiny
paralysis
number 2.
Yeah,
into
Thunderbolt
getting
paralysis
paralyzed.
onto this, and then the wish does happen.
That was
Yeah.
also very important because
Slurpuff
he could have wished
into getting
again.
paralyzed again.
But another.
Excadrill comes in on the belly drum. Slurpuff
The belly
pops its
drum.
berry, gets its unburden, but it is a choice scarf Excadrill, so it's still faster.
Which is
And at this
huge.
point, 6-5 up. Vin's had some bad luck, but things could be all right.
Me and the boys are
But
back.
me and the boys are back in town as they dodge a Thunder Wave.
Anyway,
and then proceed to click Rockside.
I'm going to put it on
Followed by-
fast now.
The choice scarf extra proving that it can do something. Immediately dies.
Poison
Another
jab.
poison jab out on a fairy type, dead. Mimikyu
Dead.
is too low at this point to be able to do anything, dead. The Zapdos.
I think
The
that's
Zapdos does live.
And it
does
misses
live,
the
but misses
hurricane.
the hurricane.
Doesn't get
And
the
then the
static.
Absol
And Mega Absol
stands-
sucks, and it dies because it sucks.
Mega Absol does not suck. It's actually good in draft format.
It's
especially
it's
for this tier,
okay. It's a reason why it's a lower tiered Mega, but I think for its tier, it's fine.
yeah.
So
But yes,
that was a tragedy. That was me and the boys being back in town. I don't think there's really anything else to add to that.
no, there really
No.
isn't. That is
No.
just
Next game.
that is what happens when you get when Phalanx gets to set up a no
So-
retreat and
This will be quick.
I'm going to set a little bit of scene for this. So, in the league format, Matt and I we've lost one game each, won the rest. Joe has won all his games. He's going to be first. So this is essentially a playoff for second place. And I prepped for this game so hard. I had so much ridiculous stuff. I had the Gyarados was Power Whip for the Rotom and Natural Gift Occa Berry to get a fire move to kill the Ferrothorn. It was going to be amazing.
I mean, all you just look at Matt's team. Look at how horrifying that team is.
I lead Komodo on the Rotom. I stub on the Thunder Wave.
then you
I
belly
belly
drum.
drum. Salad berry.
Get a max attack, get a Salak Berry for the plus speed. The Rotom
The
doesn't
sub
even break the sub. And then, oh god.
This might be the quickest game that I've seen.
Yeah.
Period.
Well,
Yeah.
I really don't think there's much to say here, to be quite
No,
honest.
there really isn't.
No, it's a massacre.
There are a few
6.
things- I
Matt
do
says in
think
the
there are a
chat,
few things-
GG, I guess, Lamel.
Yeah. I like how in close combat just kills the Charizard in one as well.
I was surprised. I thought that it had a chance.
I think if you want to make it I'd still win, but if you want to make it like a 5-0, I think you have to go Landorus, Intimidate, and
Yeah,
pivot around a
yeah.
bunch. But I clearly still
I still
One,
think
so-
that's I still think that's a 6-0 unless was the I don't think the Landorus was like Z Fly.
probably not. I think it would have been a 6-0, but I'd have had to switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a 9-turn 6-0.
It wouldn't have been a 9-6-0.
So
Wouldn't have
the
been the
moral of
full
the story
Komodo
there
soup.
is that is why you bring priority or something with a choice scarf. Next.
Yep.
Next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
So,
Cap's game.
Cap
That's
is...
me.
Yep, you can do the explaining here.
Okay, so this match was against Julio. Now, to give Julio credit, he is a newer battler, not so used to knowing what every single thing does. So be gentle on him in the comments here. But this was like my second or third match in this draft, I think.
I enjoy the implication
second.
that I have actual viewership and not just all people that
Oh,
already
yeah.
know him.
Yeah. But yeah, so as you may have established from this draft, if you've been following along the games, drafted a what I call the mini Sandcore, which is a poor man's Tita Excadrill, which is Gigalith Dragazult.
Hey, they're really strong.
Yeah, Drake Assault's really strong, but I think extra just tips it slightly in a sand core. But anyway, we'll see.
Should we
let's see what
start?
happens.
Well, just play.
Okay.
I start with my Infernape, obviously, which just is mostly there for momentum gaining.
He leaves the Tyranitar in, Walls of Steel.
He leaves the Tyranitar in. And I think I just, I go for the safe Earthquake.
Did Boltbeak not kill there?
I think Boltbeak killed.
I think Boltbeak probably did kill. I think I was worried about a Scyther potential switch there. But yeah.
Well, wouldn't a Scyther...
That's one,
I
that's
would have...
two. Oh, when it's died to a Boltbeak. Yeah, I don't know why I clicked Earthquake.
That's 3.
Boltbeak kills 3.
Sadly, you know...
He gives you the sand again.
But then he gives me the sand again.
I forgot about that part.
Oh my god. Out comes the Scyther.
So that's actually a faster 6-0 than me against Matt. 8
is
rather than 9
is.
turns.
Yeah.
Although I get points because I didn't have to switch.
I think
I was gonna say like
I picked Rock Tomb there for the BM, but
I thought it was so that you just didn't get burned.
Oh no, it was purely because like I could.
I thought
there you go.
Dracozold
is pretty damn good.
Dracozold is good. Next.
Boltbeak is a very good move.
Good.
Okay, so this one I
did want to mention quickly. I don't think we really properly. No, not on the last one. On this one.
Okay.
I don't think we properly mentioned. Obviously, so far, most of the stuff you've seen on the channel has been like this current Natdex OU draft that we did. As you saw from an early battle, and in this one, we do draft leagues a lot, and some of the ones we do in the summer are more like casual, slightly more fun, slightly less serious, and with a different sort of rule set. And our summer draft was indeed a monotype draft league. So obviously we drafted only Pokemon from one type each. As you can see from Dan's 2 matches here, he drafted normal and did pretty well with it. And we're about to see though an interesting match. Dan,
Carlton with the patented ghost types.
Yes.
Yes. So the matchup of Ghost Normal, neither can affect each other with their stabs. Maybe a bit of an advantage being I have an Obstagoon that can stab, smack.
You also have a Lopunny.
Everybody. There is the Lopunny with the Scrappy, and most importantly, perhaps to this, is the Meloetta. So I lead with the Porygon 2. Turn 1, I Magic Coat because I'm expecting spikes. Thought that was going to be a big play, but I get bamboozled. I lose my Eviolite. Big advantage start to Carlton. But now we go into Gabriela Montez. And I substitute. I Z Celebrate.
This is the first time, for context, this is the first time I'd ever seen Z Celebrate.
And then you always remember it.
He tries to take me down with Destiny Bonds, but
yeah,
I just keep setting up.
For extra measure, just the Carmines, because why not?
Even kill.
The Ice Beam plus the Ice Shard didn't break the substitute.
Yeah.
On
Choice
the bright
Scarf
side,
Mimikyu.
You do break it with that, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Which I think was a lot on the answer.
It's broken now, at least.
Yeah, you take some damage. That's
yeah.
And you get the attack drop. That's nice.
Nice for a Meloetta.
I don't know why.
Goodbye, Velma is there. What I should have done here, I needed to substitute on the close combat to get a defense drop, or I should have just set up more on the Frostlass. So it's not quite a 6-0, but at this point, Carlton's team has just been
with how this ends, it would have been less embarrassing as a 6-0.
How does this end?
There's another. Don't tell him just yet. There's another bit that we'll get to. So
I don't think I remember either, actually.
Oh god.
So the Sableye is going to burn me as I power up punch it.
Good.
But I put something on this. I gave it Facade. Goodbye.
Oh.
Yeah, he has Facade.
Yeah,
I see.
I do remember this.
Yes, well, that will certainly do things.
Yep.
So
and then we see
against
Mono Normal.
No, I did forget about that one.
Okay, listen. I thought it was one of those typeless moves that just hit everything.
Oh.
But it's
So
the darkness.
the Lopunny wasn't gonna break the Corsola, but yeah, it turns out this Corsola is very passive. It can't really damage things.
See, at this point, I'm
your only move.
At this point, you're just going on a little tour and showing everyone the field.
Yeah, pretty much.
Night Shade was your only attacking move.
So I stop it from strength zapping, and then he just has to keep ineffectually nightshading.
Oh my god.
What I will say about this game is that it shows you how far Carlton has come, how quickly. By November, December time, he is a top contender. In October, at the start of the month, he did that.
After Nightshade.
Yeah. So, next one.
He's putting Nightshade against Mono Normal, and then he goes on to win the actual one. Spoilers.
Does that say something about me or about you guys, though?
Oh, we'll see.
Wait a minute.
No comment. Next up.
Yep. Oh, this is fun. So this is another one of the
This isn't fun, actually. I'm going to contest that.
Oh, this is very fun. This is very fun.
So this is one of the this is another of the more fun drafts we did. We did a little cup draft league in the summer before we did
bunch of level 5 babies.
Bunch of little boys, little guys, and this is well, Josh, take it away.
I don't particularly remember much about the team. I just remember that I really like Shinx in this game for some reason. I brought a couple of setup mons, but I didn't. I think I remember. I thought Snivy was going to be the carry of this game. To be quite honest, I think that was the whole plan. I think that's why Snivy was the first mon on the team. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. The main thing I remember from my prep is that I was very excited for substitute Focus Bunch Timber with enough HP and defense EVs that a Licky couldn't break its sub with a body slam. It was going to be great, but
oh yeah, my whole naming scheme was just faces.
Yeah.
I get Vault switched on. Cutie Fly. See, this thing was supposed to be an answer to Cutie Fly, and the worst thing is, it gets Gyro Ball, but I didn't put Gyro Ball on it. I don't know why I didn't put Gyro Ball on it.
I think I think you did this for the Snivy as well.
Oh, right, maybe.
Powerful Willow.
A very powerful one.
So, already...
I'm basically playing the crits.
Already I need a crit here.
And I'm just like, if you're gonna stay in, I'm gonna keep doing it.
That's the thing, though. I had nothing else for it because everything else was gonna just die by the time you got to like +1 or 2.
I think at this point I was like, okay, right, I need to stop playing around with this because like you can just crit, and then I was like, okay, I'll stop dancing. Yeah. I'm so surprised that lived.
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point, like you just attempt.
Gone.
I don't know why I'm bigger
just drops.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So, see, the thing here is, if I had Poison Jab on this intensely weak to Cutie Fly team, I would have killed it. But I didn't, despite being so weak to Cutie Fly, because I just wanted my Sub Punch bullshit to work.
I don't know why I didn't just click Moonblast. Because the Mach Punch wasn't killing.
So, I think my Carvana being named skillless there about sums up my performance. I can get a speed boost, but I'm not going to get fast enough.
If you can get 3 protects in a row, which is what you went for.
Well, there you go. It goes to show that, I mean, even in Little Cup, I say even in Little Cup, especially in Little Cup, things just drop.
Yeah. Also, I had to face Cutie Fly twice that draft because Carlton got it, I played him, then he traded it out, then Josh got it. I did all right against Carlton's. The second time, it wasn't so forgiving. So,
I think Carlton just brought sticky webs. I think that was...
Yeah, I brought webs.
Yeah, but
you didn't experience
the takeaway there is I am a very humble man. I am happy to showcase my own shortcomings and failures. I have unmatched humility. Next game.
Okay.
Okay, and now we're going to never speak of or look at that game ever again. Instead, we're going to look at Aeon against Thomas.
This is a beautiful game. This is a beautiful game.
So Aeon's modern track draft, as you can see, was Buck, and Thomas's Night Fighters was Fairy.
Fairy.
So on paper, it would seem that Thomas has the advantage on type matchup.
I'm gonna say, although
small
you do look at Aeon Sizzle and the Scavalier, and you do consider things could be quite bad. However, it'd be click play.
Yeah.
This is a fun one to watch anyway.
This is a very interesting one.
Miracle
just takes
downs the Tapu Lele turn 1.
Araquanid special defense is ridiculous on death. Like taking a psychic like that well.
Oh yeah.
I believe that's HP Fire.
And Assault Vest to Scavalier.
Yep. The Scavalier showing that it's good.
So Center Scorch comes in,
reading the mystical
gets his Flash Fire, lives the Expanding Force, gone,
and then just Fire Lashes.
That's 1.
And then
2.
Fire Lashes again.
That's 2.
That's 2.
And then Fire Lashes a third time. No. There is a protect. There's a protect.
There's an attempt. It's
and another
it
Fire
doesn't
Lash.
do much.
You know, it does 50%.
That does 7.
But with the defense drop, it guarantees a 2-hit kill.
Does anyone remember why he had a Spitzy?
And then finally,
Spitzy's not a bad tank.
After more pointless protect stalling, we have another Fire Lash.
I think he
Center
has a
Scorch.
switch because Thomas likes drafting NFEs. He just always does.
What?
Yeah.
Spitzy is like a good tank. It's a good like Eviolite tank for like the low tier.
As a low tier pick, it's not terrible.
I'm sure Aromatisse wasn't that much higher.
I think
If actually, what it would be.
He probably didn't have that many points. It's the issue.
That's fair.
Yeah. Next one.
So I think Aromatisse does do quite well on Fairy Team, so I think it was quite high in the rankings.
Okay. So Aeon probably enjoyed that game a lot. This game, I don't think he enjoyed quite so much.
Oh, goodness, I don't think many people enjoyed this game. To be
I want to vouch. Time.
I want to vouch. This was a very painful game. I was very much against this game.
We're going to put this game on fast from the beginning.
Yeah.
We honestly
Specs Thunderous against no electric immunity. The Pex comes in, and the Pex is gonna have
the Pex sure comes in, all right.
Yeah.
The Pex comes in. Honestly, Dan, you could probably put this on hyper fast. We're gonna be here a while.
Yeah. Okay. So Toxapex.
I mean, I think we wanted this battle here to highlight that sometimes a 6-0 is a Pokemon setting up and sweeping, but sometimes it's just a Pokemon not being able to be killed by anything.
Sometimes it's a Pokemon existing.
Yeah.
In comes the Toxapex again. Knocks off the Dragalge specs, and if you weren't breaking the Pex before, now you're really not breaking the Pex.
Yeah.
The Carmine Taunt Tapu Fini can often beat Toxapexes, but this one has Poison Jab on it, so that's not going to happen. And we just keep seeing Pex not dying to things that hit it super effectively.
And then that goes down.
This bit was tragic. The triple action
go back.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go back to that.
Just a couple of turns back. The next turn.
So, we've got a Hitmon top on the Licky. It's just Earthquake, expecting the Pex. Latias to dodge the Earthquake on the triple Axle, Technician boosted, that misses.
Really good read from Ed, misses.
That is just God saying that you're going to get 6-0'd today.
Yeah.
This was a very it was a good read. It was a good read, and then I think Latias just
Latias cleans up with stored power, but this match was pretty much just Ed not being able to break. I mean, we say Toxapex was bad here, but honestly, the Licky deserves some praise as well. Like that thing was...
did deserve praise.
It did take a
I think
refrigerate hyper.
I think he probably had more things with which he could break Licky than he did Pex, but the two of them together,
it just goes to show like a good defensive core is sometimes like really difficult to do anything against.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have like a solid late game cleaner like the Latias, that's all you really need.
Yep.
And there you go.
I take it, Josh, you're going to be eager to get away from this battle?
Oh, incredibly so.
Okay.
I want to see another clean sweep.
Right.
Here
Well,
we go.
speaking of clean sweeps, so in this one, Bump is completely new to the drafts. This is his first game of his first draft, and I think we just go straight into it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So therefore, much like with Julio, let's be kind on Bump.
Well,
Well, I mean,
you might not need to.
Oh, actually,
So-
yeah. In this case,
I don't think you need to.
I forgot what match this was. In this case, yeah.
So the Morale is going to swords dance on the iron defense, and what you might be noticing here is that Thomas's team, a lot of it is very physical. Down goes the Morale, and the special attackers.
That crit
The
mattered,
Aggron
I think.
resists. Sacred Sword does 27, even though it ignores the defensive boost. An Aurora Veil is not going to save you, unfortunately. And I think at this point, you kind of just have to go for a Blizzard Freeze.
yeah.
Kind of funny how the Sacred Sword did the same amount of damage as a Blizzard.
Yeah.
Blizzard
Oh, yeah.
doesn't
I mean,
freeze.
that's
the
the best.
power of that's the filter for you.
Yep.
Yep.
And that ridiculous defense stat that Aggron has.
Gets unlucky on the Sleep Talk.
Yes. This rest Aggron was a pretty massive part of Bump's strategy in this draft, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my God.
He used it a few times.
Yeah, so you got another chance at trying to get a freeze now? Nope.
Failed.
Back up to
and then
full.
he goes to sleep again. And just to point out, in case anyone had missed this, the Aggron hasn't left the field.
Yeah.
The Aggron just stays.
So the
Aggron is
Diggersby
still sat.
is boosting up, hoping that the Aggron Sleep Talk's not a body press. I think here Thomas just misremembers the amount of turns it's been asleep as he swords dances again, as it wakes up and dies.
It's not like it would have done anything.
I think there you had to go for the freeze. You had to go for the freeze again.
There. Yeah. And
then the Tyrant is going to die because it's a Tyrant.
Yeah, there's the
And there you go.
So Bump makes an emphatic start to his draft career.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'd completely forgotten at the start of this match what match this was.
Yep.
Yeah, Aggron is a pretty, underrated, if this is anything to go by.
Yeah.
I think it's worth talking about the Aggron more in later videos, though, Dan.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So.
But for now, next game.
Aggron. Body
So,
press.
we're back to the monotype draft again, and what we're going to see here is that one of the defining moves of the draft is going to start to show its worth. We also see mono electric versus mono ground, which obviously
So this was obviously my draft was mono electric. I like my electric types. I like my fighting fire types more, but I wanted to go for something just a little bit more interesting than the obvious stuff. So I did go for electric. But yeah, this is my match against Rob, which was the one I was fearing most because, as you can see, he's the ground type user, which should in theory be pretty devastating into my electric. We'll see.
Let's see what happens.
Should we start?
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Coco comes out at the start. Nice little lead Coco, as you would come to expect. In comes the Electros. Immediately he goes for a Sand Tomb on a Levitate one. I don't think he knew that I had Levitate. And I go for the Coil. And then I go for the Coil again. And then I go for the Coil again.
4.
The 4. It's back to full.
I don't know why he
And
didn't
then I go
mega,
for the
because
Coil
he just
again.
forgot.
He does go for the Explosion here, which does, as you see, do 27. But it only does 27. As he then tries to send with the Flygon. I go for the Drain Punch to just one-shot it.
Yeah.
From here,
it was a Sand Rush, wasn't it? Rather
it was
than
a Sand Rush.
Mold Breaker Extra Drill would have helped him, but wasn't to be.
Yes. But yeah, Coil Drain Punch, as it turns out, is a pretty nice little step.
Yeah.
On the Electros. And in case you forgot or didn't know, Electros gets Aquatail, which is nice coverage into the ground.
I think
thing. And it also gets Giga
here,
Drain.
I think he needed to Toxic a lot earlier.
Yeah, he really did.
Like before throwing everybody
if you
else
Drain
out.
Punched, would Drain Punch have done more damage?
I think Drain Punch maybe would have, but I was like, I had Giga Drain on there for the Gastrodon, so
Oh yeah,
thought I might as well click it.
yeah. Okay, but
Drain Punch definitely would have done more. At this point, I mean, he can try and stall me out with Protect stalling now that he's got me Toxic, but as Dan says, a little bit too little too late, really. As a failed Protect into an Aquatail comes out.
I think he needed to switch, then get another guaranteed Protect off and go from there.
Yeah.
6.
Nice little Fire Fang.
Goodbye.
And the Aquatail takes it out, and there you go. That's how you win 6-0 against a ground type team as an electric team, apparently.
Yeah.
Coil
is a good move.
Coil.
It is.
So,
speaking of Coil,
we're going to move on to my favourite game out of this. And so for a little bit of scene setting, we had a total of 9 matches in this draft. And I won my first 8, and Cap went 7 for 1. And so going into my last game, 8 for 1, sorry. And so going into my last game, which was the last game that we played, I need a win to win the draft. The thing is, I drafted Dunsparce, and I made a promise that Dunsparce was going to do something, and it hadn't. And so my last chance for Dunsparce to do something is against Mono Rock. So
we've
Mono Rock is technically the worst mono type.
It is, but in case you don't know, Rock resists Null, so this is on paper
a difficult game for the Sparse to do anything in. So
it is indeed difficult, and
I lead my Dan Sparse on the Shuckle, and what we're going to see turn 1 is my prep expecting the Shuckle Encore lead and Mental Herb. Miss the Iron Tail because Dunsparce is terrible. He knocks off, doesn't do any damage. I click my first of many coils on a Sticky Web, and now I just go back to Iron Tailing.
Can we just? I just want to point out your comment.
I have no hazard removal.
No faith in the Sparse. Absolutely zero.
I have no hazard removal, so I went into this accepting that, I was going to just have to let him have rocks and webs. So if Dunsparce doesn't immediately win for me, then I'm not in a good position because he has rocks and webs and I can't do anything about it.
But then here's what happens. He goes into the Cradley and tries to click... he clicks Dragon Drain first of all.
Doesn't break my sub because I'm a Spadef Dunsparce.
And the Dunsparce is roost as well, meaning there's got some nice longevity.
I think we can bring it into fast now.
Yeah, I think we can move to fast. Substitute.
I don't know why he Toxics there.
That's a repeated pattern, as we'll see.
I think at some point I want to say at some point it's almost just desperation, hoping I throw and let myself get Toxic. Yeah. So, we're going to continue this for a while.
More coils, more Giga Drains, more attempts at Toxics that are immediately rebuffed by a substitute. More roosting.
Yeah, and Dunsparce is very weak, so I feel like I need to bring it all the way up to maximum.
Yes.
You really did. You really do. Because if I remember correctly, this didn't even kill.
It
didn't.
Yeah. Didn't even kill at max. Now Cradley is bulky, and Dunsparce is, as we said, a weak boy. But
Cradley is bulky, but that's also +4.
And at this point, I still boost back up to full because I'm not letting anything get in the way of my Sparse 6-0.
Indeed. And a final Toxic.
As Cap says in the chat, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Tyranitar cannot even break my sub. Gone.
I think at this point you just Iron Tail through, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he does break sub there, which is pretty cool.
So he bought a level 25 Lycan Rock to do Endeavor shenanigans, but I mean, I see it's level 25. I know it's going to do that. So, like, yeah, pretty much. A level 25 Accelerock isn't going to do it to break the sub.
Well, to be fair, it would do a lot if you weren't behind a sub.
Yeah,
just behind a sub.
Yeah, that was the thing. The Aerodactyl, it does manage to break the sub, and then I kill it with Iron Tail. And so I win the monotype draft with a Dunsparce 6-0. This also makes Dunsparce my joint most kills for the draft, because I had a Dodrio on 7, and the Dunsparce had got 1 passive kill through setting Stealth Walks a lot earlier. So, yeah. That was that.
You have little faith. Not believing in the Sparse. The power of the Sparse.
And I'm glad that the Sparse worked, because I made a promise that if I couldn't get Dunsparce to do anything this draft, Regigigas I'd already given up on. I still held out hope for Dunsparce. But I told everyone that if Dunsparce doesn't do something, I have to get Regigigas first pick next draft, which I would not have enjoyed.
Yes.
I wouldn't have got Komodo. That wouldn't have been ideal for me.
Yes. But there you go.
Yeah.
You definitely a different Pokemon instead, but...
Dunsparce doing bits and Coil showing, as it did more than just those 2 occasions, that it's a damn good move in that draft.
The draft of the Coil. So with that, thanks so much for watching. That has been some various 6-0s and sweeps. Hopefully see you soon with some more regular games. Goodbye.